I grew up in Florida, adventuring, kind of living out on the water, doing some stupid stuff, and I thought it would be fun to start documenting these adventures and silly things we did as kids. So I always had a camera on me, or a video camera on me, and I was always just documenting the things I grew up doing. And then from there, I started landing some commercial jobs, and that started to add up, and I realized, hey, I might not have to stop taking pictures to get a real job someday. I could possibly turn this into a career on its own. For me, I go out there with an idea of the kind of image I want to create. I go out there with an intention, and then once I meet the people and get to shooting the activity, whether it's running or yoga or rock climbing or skiing, I let that really kind of guide the shoot. We had been shooting at a park over on the east side, and we had taken some pictures of like the warm-up area and doing different exercises and stretches, and we needed to cross over the FDR to get to the waterfront because one of the hero shots I envisioned here was this girl running along with the East River behind her. But while we were walking over this overpass, I looked down and saw really neat shadows on the street below because the sun was just rising. We were out there really early in the morning, and it was just very graphic. So I send the runner down there, I send my model down, and I asked her to just do a couple laps across this intersection. She's looking at me kind of crazy because she's like, this is a busy highway, there's trash here, all I see is concrete. Why is this a photo that you want, you know? There was also this larger than life shadow. Maybe her willpower, maybe her motivation, maybe her energy. You can read anything you want into it, but this larger than life shadow kind of gave the image something a little more. One of my favorite shoots was actually Robert Glasper, who won a Grammy for the Best R&B album that year, and we were shooting at 10 Ton Studios in the Brooklyn Navy Yards. And it's a massive New York studio with all the fancy lighting and the big cyc that you would, the seamless wall that you would photograph on. But what I really loved about this studio and why I picked the location was the window light. I knew that this beautiful window light was going to be streaming in that morning. That's why I scheduled the studio a little bit early. And I was able to just kind of get Robert laughing. We were hearing stories about his last trip. So I really love this image, one, because it just shows the power of natural light. Window light can create incredible photographs. And most of the time with all of our strobes, we're just trying to recreate these beautiful moments of natural light. And two, because it just shows you that just through a little bit of communication and not sweating the gear, not sweating the camera settings, and not worrying about the technical aspect, you can really get people to open up for you. You really see people when they start to let their guard down. You know, when you have commercial photography, it's all planned and there's all this pressure to get these images. And some of my favorite images are actually after the fact or when we haven't planned a shot at all, because that's when people are the most open and the most vulnerable. My really good friend Keely, she was just laying in the hammock napping. She had just woken up and we got to talking, and I'm not that funny, but apparently I said something funny enough to get her laughing, and I was able to just, you know, just from the hip, get this shot of her in the hammock just, you know, totally loving life. What really makes images timeless and relatable is people feeling like they were there or feeling some hint of what you felt in capturing that. And those are the kind of moments and the insights into people in portraiture that I really look for now.